Oh, there we go. All right, we're live. John Beneduce, what's going on?
We are live.
All right,
I
you've
just
got your
saying,
bunker. You got your bunker over there. This is my bunker. You were asking what's going on over there.
you got you. It looks like you're in another dimension in your bunker. Is that even on this plane?
Yeah, well, my computer ate some mushrooms, so that's what's happening back here.
Yeah, I tried to set up my studio. I threw my banner up in the back. I found some old stuff. I
So
got my
that wasn't
barrel
your
board.
studio before. Now you have a studio.
Yeah, before what was it before? I don't know. A room full of junk.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you get
Library. I had way too many books.
have you gotten organized? It's like everyone is getting organized. Is that what happened?
No, I just needed some space back here to roll with Henry. I wanted to bring Henry inside, my grappling dummy. He's like, stop leaving me outside. So I had to clean his ass, bring him inside. So I needed some space for that.
Are you
Now
are
we
you
can roll around.
you're in New York. Are you going out?
Holy fuck. Yo, it is like a police state over here. Hold on. I just came back. I had to go to Walgreens with my wife. She needs to get some antibiotics for something else, not for the Rona. And she needed like Claritin. And she needed allergy pills. Holy fuck, there's a line down the block. They let you in, so they only let 10 people in the store and can be in there at one moment. So me and my wife were on this line outside in the rain, online, right? There's cops outside making sure you're not like looting. I live in kind of a hood too.
Okay.
So I'm in Brooklyn, the most populated borough in the center of the universe, right? So it's crazy over here. So I'm on this line. Now me and my wife get to the front of the door. One person comes out. We both go in. He's like, no, only one. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, really? He's like, you only let one in. So 1 second later, someone else came out. We both went. I was like, this is ridiculous. It's crazy out here. I mean, everything's like locked down. Yeah, like one person in the store, they were like, no, you and your wife. I was like, where the hell am I? We're locking it down. Is this like Stalin, Russia? They're like, no, the two of you together can't one. Strict. I'm like crazy. The supermarket. When did toilet paper become the biggest commodity over here?
Dude,
Well,
it's nuts. I ran out for a day. I ran out for one day and then I was able to get more. It's no big
wash your
deal.
fucking ass. I don't understand these people.
Yeah.
Like, how, although my
Tushy.
water main broke too during this whole shit.
I
So,
saw that. I've been watching your Instagram.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. That the water main break. And it's
Yeah, that was
good.
great. I'm like, oh, this is great because I was like, this is lame, this apocalypse. And the universe was like, bro, how about no water for 3 days? I was like, this is better. I like this better. Good. Now I can
Yeah.
feel it. Now it feels rugged.
Yeah. My friend was talking to her cousin who gets out of prison in 14 months. And he's counting down the
Are they
days. And,
letting them out
and then
early?
it was like, oh, wait, this just got put in perspective. Like, I'm stuck in my house. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal
Dude,
in the grand scheme of things.
I lived in my car before. I lived out of the back of my gym. I used to own a CrossFit gym for years. For like 5 years, I owned the CrossFit box in Bayside, Queens. That didn't work out. But whatever. So yeah, so I was like, this is better than I'm in a better spot right now, actually, than I've ever been for this to happen. Like it's better
Yeah.
than sleeping in the car would have sucked right now. Although
Yeah.
you never know, maybe it would have been good. The dogs are happy when you're in the car. They love that shit.
So what are you up to these days? I mean, before the Rona hit, what were you doing?
I was trying to get a fight in. So I'm
Yeah.
like the oldest fighter at featherweight ever. So I'm the oldest featherweight in Bellator. I'm 39,
Yeah.
which is old for a 145 pound fighter.
Dude, I did a lot of jujitsu and I did a lot of kickboxing until it's about 28. And then after that, I did I, with if I was trying to have a career, I was trying to be an entrepreneur, I'm trying to fight. I'm like, this isn't working.
It's rough.
You're 39. That's a whole nother decade. I was like 28, 29. I'm like, I'm letting go of this shit. I'm gonna go do something else.
I'm not questioning it. I'm in a good spot. I mean, I won at Madison Square Garden. My last fight in June. So I'm not questioning it. It's going good. I'm punching these
Nice.
kids in the face. You know what I think?
Yeah.
I think every time I punch a 21-year-old in the face or choke him, I take his power. I
Ah.
feel like I'm staying young out there. No, but seriously, you know what? I'm taking care of my body better. I'm smarter. It's a rough game. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
This might actually be good this time off, to work on some other things. But
Yeah.
before this year, I was looking to get a fight in. They had offered me a fight in. I was actually supposed to fight in March. Funny enough, the opponent didn't work out the right way, and then that whole card got scrapped. So it would have been a wash either way.
Yeah.
And I would have hated to train for a fight, even though, no harm, nothing actually happened. They canceled the card. It would suck to train for a fight and not get the fight. It's like fucking for 2 hours and not getting the
Oh
call.
yeah. I mean, the training's the hard part. Like leading
The
up to the
training's,
fight. Yeah.
I want to fight.
Yeah.
The training is like, okay, that's the prerequisite. That's like you got to do that to earn your way to actually get to the big stage. Because you show up looking like shit. No one wants to see that.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing to stay in shape? Because you're in New York, so like, I looked at the situation. I saw this hitting a few weeks ago, and it was 3 weeks ago today. It got my attention. I had a couple friends call me and going, "Oh my God, it's the apocalypse. It's the end of the world." And I go, I don't think so. I think you're fucking crazy. And then a week later, I had some clients that were in different countries that were in the Middle East and some in Europe. And they're going, "Oh yeah, we're locking down." I go, "Oh." And I realized this is moving west. This is moving to us. And I go, "Oh." So I started looking more into it. And I go, "Oh, okay. This is, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I don't think I should be in the city." So I hopped in my car. I loaded it up, took a couple friends with me, and we went to southern Utah. So
You're in southern Utah now.
we're in southern Utah. We went to a bunker and we found a cave. And I can go outdoors and I can go, like I went for a run this morning. I don't think you can do that in New York right now. Can you? Can you go for a fucking
Go for a
jog?
run in my neighbor. I run with the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. No big
I
deal.
could go out, take a run with the dog, but you can't drive your car so I go run by the water, by like the pier, which is a national park.
Yeah.
You cannot drive your car into the parking lot. Parking lot's closed with guards there, with cops there. So you can't drive it, but I live close to it. So I walk there and then I can use it. But there's no park. So they close the parking lots. But if you're there like walking the dog, you can. But it's a little crazy. Although I will say this. So I thought about escaping from New York. I thought about that. And you know what? I have all my resources right here with me. If I need to leave in a hurry, I guess I could, but I'm in the center of the universe. I'll always be able to get resources here. If there comes a point where I can't get resources in New York, things are beyond the point where it would have mattered where I was.
I don't know. I think I last a little bit longer here.
If I need to leave, I got a place in Pennsylvania, but I didn't feel it was necessary.
Yeah.
Even though it's locked down here, I mean, listen, I have a lot of melee weapons. I got a couple dogs. I mean, what's going to happen?
I was in California when it was all hit in San Diego, and now nobody can go to the beach.
Oh, you sad. What the fuck's the point of living in California then?
Well, that's why I left. I was like, they're gonna shut all this shit down. They're shutting down the beach. You can't even surf. It's $1,000, or I think it's $1,000 or a $5,000 fine to be surfing. They got cops on jet skis out there.
I live by the beach.
Dude, it's not.
That too. I live by the beach. I'm right by the beach. I get to chill. I live in the ghetto. So as far as people going out, they're not locking that down too much. If I was in Manhattan, maybe it'd be a little worse.
Yeah.
But no, it's very strict over here. It is.
All right. You're in a much denser area. Have you met anybody that has got the coronavirus?
Well, my wife's a teacher. So a lot of people that she worked with wound up getting it. And I know that.
They got it.
Yeah. And then one of them got really sick from it. But most of them just kind of shrugged it off. How, you like that?
I saw a video. Someone sent me a video yesterday. They were showing all the media coverage of, these hospitals are overrun in New York, and then they show, it's like, this footage was actually filmed in Italy and was on the air a month ago, and now they're
Listen,
reusing the stock footage.
There's a lot of fuckery.
And then people go out there with their cameras, these these people with just their phones are like, well, I'm going to go check out the hospital. And there's no one at the hospital. Everything looks like it's business as usual, except for there's a couple signs that say, if you're going to do this, go over here. But it's not, I suspect it's not as bad as it's being made out to be. I'm very curious because I've yet to meet anybody. Now I've seen people do, I've seen some stuff go on, but I haven't, no one I know personally. And until that happens, I'm a little skeptical.
Okay, so there's a lot of fuckery out there. Yeah. Let's be straight with that. Tons of fuckery because you want, not me, you want to sensationalize a story. And it looks sensational when you're like, they're out of equipment. You're in dire straits out here. Hospitals are at capacity. Let's back it up. So New York is busy as it is. Let's add 1% more increase in its busyness. Okay, it's a little packed. But the problem is now the media is on that trying to highlight the problem. One of my clients works, she's like a lawyer for PR for nursing homes. And so she's like front line of it because she has an old population. So she said something that they were running low on supplies. They could use some help. They're running low on supplies. And now it's becoming an issue trying to get supplies because a lot of things aren't made here.
Right. Yeah.
So they try to take her story. And when she's like, we're running low on supplies, you know, we're almost out of supplies. Almost out of supplies. What is they going to do? Serious. So she's like, fuck, God damn it. Now she has to backtrack and make another statement like, no, you know, we have weeks where, and it's like, like they're trying to make the story crazier. Yeah, of course. And then this happens also. This is what I see happen. Let's say normally you would get sick and you'd be like, you know what? I feel like shit, but I'm all right. I'm going to take 3 days, see what happens. Now everyone's like, you know what? I think I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
What if I have coronavirus? Like it makes people panic. And I'm not worried about disease. I'm worried about humans panicking from this.
Same. I started making plans. I'm like, I'm gonna drive to. I was telling my friends, like, y'all can come with me. I'm gonna go to Utah. I got about a month's worth of food. You know, in Utah, guns and ammo isn't a big deal. All this kind of stuff, and they're like, you know what? I don't think the virus is that big deal. I was like, I'm not worried about the virus. I'm worried about human beings. Human beings are great until they're put under stress, and they've never been. There's this really soft culture, well, especially if you go to the West Coast. It's a really soft culture, and then with that soft culture, you bring in this new stimulus, and then who the fuck knows how they react? I don't know.
Who knows? But New York is also a police state in the fact that we don't really have guns unless you're a cop or a criminal.
Yeah.
Definition of a police state.
You guys are under constant stress all the time, though. Y'all are used to it.
Yeah.
In a way, actually, it's a more stressful environment. Like I know a lot of New Yorkers that leave from New York and go to the West Coast because they're like, "Fuck, man, it's just stressful there." Just the nature of it. There's more. It's
actually less stressful now.
Now.
It's actually less stressful.
Everyone's chill the fuck out, huh?
Everyone's chill the fuck out. You have nowhere to go. If they start sending you reparations, everyone in the hood's going to be happy as shit. So we'll be fine for a little bit.
All right.
So I think, so in New York, no guns here, really. I know you'll hold up. If you don't have a ranged weapon, what's the point of having space? So if I'm in a close quarters, if I only have melee weapons, I'd rather be in a tight spot.
Yeah.
I'm a melee-based fighter anyway. I mean, I know how to shoot, but I have to know where my strengths lie. I'm a black belt, second-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
that means I want to get very close to a guy.
Yeah,
this is tough for me. You know what's tough in the apocalypse? Even one of my best friends. So one of my best friends is another Matsara black belt. He comes over, and we took our dogs to the beach, like gay fucking lovers. But we're not. But whatever. We know each other 30 years. That's how two white guys in the ghetto. Everyone in his neighborhood black. Two white guys on the beach with their dog. So we're on the beach with our dog. I'm like, Mike, would you be willing? I have mats at the house. Would you be willing? Come back, do a little jujitsu. You know, we'll sanitize. And look at me. He's like, I don't know if I feel comfortable right now. I was like, I fucking hate you. I was like, really? He's like, maybe we could drill leg locks. I was like, you fuck. I was like, fine, fine. I'll just wait. I got Henry, but he never taps. Henry, you never get. He never taps,
man. He's got all ego.
All ego. That's my Henry's my ego. You know what I want to do? I want to give him a black belt. I want to do another video where, and then it's gonna be like
you should do the whole ceremony,
but only me. Yeah. I'm like, guys, give him a hand. Henry, I wish there were more people here, but I guess you're not that popular. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, so I've been focusing on comedy. So you know how I feel, Mike? Everyone and their fucking mother is doing a home workout. Do I want to push more online coaching? Not really. I have a couple clients. I'm fine with that. I like in-person shit. So I'm like, do I want to do that? I'm like, I'd rather just have fun. So I'm like, I'd rather do comedy, and that actually gets me more views than doing my serious shit. And I like to have fun. I find the whole situation comical. This is like highlighting all the, like this is I almost like being in the city to just watch it, like to be invited. It's almost like I get to watch her the inside. I'm in the eye of the hurricane, you know? So I'm in the eye
of the storm. You're getting content left and right. You just get being inspired, and probably just have to, I mean, just you going to the pharmacy, was that this morning?
Shit, just man. Now. Took me an hour and a half. Hold up. Take you an hour and a half to go to the store. Me and my wife were chilling now. We had a nice time. It's great. It was like a date. We go to the supermarket. That's like our date night. Like, hey, you want to go to the supermarket tonight? Get fucking crazy. Maybe we'll buy some toilet paper. And what do you think?
Yeah.
And maybe even, if we go to this supermarket here, I think they have hand sanitizer. Oh, fucking hot. So that's like date night now. It's like the Walmart. It's like no bars are open. They gave someone, they shut a bar down. They were like trying to be like a speakeasy. Like enter the password, and they let you in. And then the cops came by. They gave them a $2,500 fine. Then they came down the next night. Then they doubled it. Then the third night, they just cleared the bar out, shut it down, closed the gates. Boom.
Not worth it.
I know.
Fuck.
No, the cops closed them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
it's not,
they might as well just like, if the fine keeps doubling at some point,
you have to stop.
$2,500. I'm like, I'll pay $2,500 to be open. And
that's like all the little gyms. Everyone closed, even like a little studio. I'm like, I guess you have to, because it's like they'll start prosecuting you, I guess. But could you fly under the radar? I'm happy I didn't still own a gym. I didn't have to make those decisions.
Dude, I have a client that's got a gym in Australia, and if you're classified as a gym, this was the Australian government's solution to enforcing you got to close your gym, is if you're listed on your merchant processing as a gym, then they just stop all money flowing to you. They just like cut the money off from your clients.
Wow.
And my
just
client,
stop your account income. Like, boom, you're done.
Yeah. Like just stop. So, and my client, like a lot of his shit is online. And so he's like, now I got to dispute it. And I have to let them know that I have to reclassify my business. And
as consulting next.
Yeah. But like, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. They're also saying in Australia, they're also saying 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
See, this is what I don't like. So I have a master's in history. And when I study history, the thing that worries me the most about this is how quickly the government is able to take away most of our basic civil liberties in a very rapid fashion without any input, which worries me. My specialty period, ancient Rome. And in ancient Rome, you have this happen several times with a dictator for a short period. And then that person doesn't become a huge problem. But a couple of years down the line, another person's like, yo, look how easy it was to fucking get all them to listen. I went to go Now, this is right when this started happening. I went to go pick up a shotgun. Everyone was out. And if you
All right,
swear
can
to
you get
God,
a shotgun in New York?
you need a permit.
You can get a permit.
And they made
right.
it a 12-month wait now. It used to be a 3-month wait, 12-month wait.
Wait.
And so we would you go to Nassau Suffolk County.
If you're pissed off at somebody, you're gonna get over it. It's gonna take you at least a year to get over. That's the idea.
I guess. So if you go to Nassau or Suffolk County, you used to just need your ID and buy a rifle or a shotgun. Now they made a background check and a wait. Even now, even in Nassau. Suffolk, I think it's background check. And I think they let you buy same day. But that's crazy because my house in Pennsylvania, I go to Walmart and buy a shotgun.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like in Utah, it's probably
dude.
open carry, right? As long as
you know what? I don't know what the exact laws are, but
I know in Texas it's open carry.
From what I've witnessed,
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, from what I've witnessed in Utah, everyone's pretty fucking cool. Like everybody's, I was talking, I'd say half my friends live in California, and I start talking about guns and this and that, and they're like, "Why would you have one?" I'm like, "Look, I know it feels good here. It doesn't seem like you need one here, but you go somewhere else, it starts becoming a good idea in certain parts of the country. And not only that, you go like out here in Utah where everyone's ranchers, like these are the people you want to have guns. Yeah. The guy that lives, some of the people who live in the inner city and stuff like that, you don't want them having guns. It's just it's a disaster. It's too many people.
And like I said, too, close quarters. Actually, the gun. If you're in my house or we're in the city, everything. So you know how New York is. Yeah. How far are you going to be away from me? I'm a world champion knife and stick fighter.
Although you know what though,
take my odds.
The universal, the racking of a shotgun round.
That shit is scary.
Is a universal language for get the fuck out.
Yeah, it is intimidating.
Yeah, nobody isn't scared of that. You do that.
That's why I wanted to pick up a shotgun for the crib.
That's right. You know what you need? You just need a button. You need a button next to your bed. It's the sound. You just like blast it through the house.
I would sell in New York. At the top of my stick, you're like, no, you just have that piece. You just sell that piece.
Yeah,
that's it. And then worst case scenario, you just have the club.
Yeah, you just turn it around and just smash it with it.
Whip you with it.
Yeah, it's like part shotgun, racking, sound, mace. You got to, and it's just on the other end. You just it's a beater.
That was fun actually. I did the On It Mace certification in December before they locked us down.
Oh yeah.
And I love the On It gym. I always find it dope.
You did it in Texas? You did in Austin? Yeah, dope.
The lighting's great. I like to travel when I can.
Dude, it's great for media. If you're gonna capture video, all that.
You're right. That gym is so well lit.
Yeah,
literally lit.
Dude, that gym is made for shooting videos. They're fucking brilliant.
If I look good, it's fucking magic.
There is some like unicorn dust that gets poured on you as you go through the entrance. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's all hot chicks in the front.
Yeah.
It's like, let's put 3 hot girls sprinkling unicorn dust in the front. Yeah. I'm like, wow, I feel amazing here.
Like, yeah, every dude walks in the door like, big smile on their face.
Hi, how you doing? Welcome to On It. I'm like, I'm going to get a coffee first and hang out here a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the On It Cafe.
It's half my day. I set up dates for there, you know.
And then we hung out with Leo Savage. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
So that was a good time.
Great.
Leo's great. So that was a good. So on and while being super fun. One of my day, Danny Cola. He's a big steel mace guy in Chicago. So he does like Steel Mace 101 in Chicago, and I went down, and he was like, "I'll fly down to meet you too." So we had like a nice little bro trip. I feel like a little bro trip.
Dude.
I mean, you probably get a lot more bro trips in.
Dude, my life is full of trout. Dude, it's I didn't realize it. I've been in the same spot for almost 3 weeks now, which is the longest I've been in one spot since December. And even then, when I was in Hawaii, I was on the North Shore on the water, in a house on the water for 3 weeks straight. And the last week of it, I was getting the itch.
Are you single now?
Yeah, I'm single.
That's why.
Yeah. So
what do you? It's like if the Earth didn't have the moon, it spins out. It just spins fast.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm traveling all over the place, having fun. I'm inviting people to travel with me. Like, I don't think everybody believes me where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in so-and-so place or country or whatever. It's like, if you want to come out, just hit me up. Like, we'll get a Airbnb together. And like, no one hardly ever takes me up on it. But then the few friends that do, yeah, like I've been bouncing around. So I had to stop. It was one of those where I was like, I had a lot of momentum. I had a ticket the day they shut down the border to Colombia. I had a ticket. I was gonna go.
Where?
Huh?
Where in Colombia?
Oh, I was gonna go to Medellin.
Fucking knew it.
I love that place, dude. It's magic. And was it the city of eternal spring? I mean, who doesn't want to live in the city of eternal spring? So I have a ticket to go to Costa Rica. I have a ticket to go to Costa Rica.
City of eternal fat asses.
That too. Dude, it's nuts. Yeah, it depends on what part. Damn. Yeah, there's some parts of town. So, by the way, so the first time to Medellin, I'm like, you know what? My buddy Danny, he goes, dude, use Tinder. He's like, when I travel, especially when I go international, Tinder's great.
Wait, hold on. You're newly single, right?
Yeah,
like
I've been single for like a year. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were married for like a decade, right?
Yeah. So
then, I don't know how to use that shit.
Yeah, I got on Tinder and I'm like, okay, I got to fill out this information. And then people go, it's just like marketing. I'm like, oh, I see what you're saying. It is just like marketing, but I've never marketed this before. This is I know how to market business. I know how to market marketing. I know how to market fitness and health, but like a date with Mike Bledsoe. How do we market that? I don't know.
Yeah, how do you sell that? It's tough.
So I downloaded Tinder and I tried it before and I was like, I hate it. Like I 5 minutes into swiping, I'm like, I don't want to be on this thing. This doesn't feel good. So I get to Colombia. He's like, dude, try it out. You're going to like it. So I get on there.
Colombia.
I'm in Colombia. I was there a couple months ago. And as soon as I get on Tinder, I'm getting flooded with messages from all of these really beautiful women. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm using my Google Translate. I'm speaking Spanish to them, going back and forth. And then they want, let's start chatting on WhatsApp. I'm like, oh yeah, WhatsApp. We're moving over to another platform. That's a good sign. Every single one of them. There was not one legit. They were all prostitutes. 100%.
Oh, every one of them was a prostitute.
Yeah, I was like, I felt good. My ego got this boost for like 30 minutes, an hour. I was like, fuck. Yeah, they really they like the gringos. You know, I'm gonna be popular down here. I was like, no, you're popular with prostitutes.
Oh yeah, and girls that want to come to America.
And girls that want to come. There's that. Yeah.
There's that, and that's really the better score.
So I ended up. I was there for the last time I was there. I was there for 3 weeks, and I ended up just finding other expats. It was like, I love the city. I love the food. I love the energy of it. But yeah, there's just not a lot of locals where, like, look,
How about Cartagena?
I'm fancy. I need to be hanging out with other world travelers and stuff. It's hard for me to relate. I don't know.
If he's not, hold on, can I nerd out?
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons? No, yes.
Oh, that's not me. But I won't know what you're talking about. But you're welcome to say whatever you want.
Doesn't matter then. No, it's a waste of time. It's like if I spoke a different language, it's like if we started talking 2 different languages. But if you were into it.
Well, all right. So 3 weeks ago on a Sunday, I'm going to go to Costa Rica I was going to go to Costa Rica for 1 week and then Colombia. And I go, oh, this is getting bad. I need to get to Costa Rica before they shut down the border. And so I moved my flight up a week. I'm like, all right, I'm going to hang out in Costa Rica for 1 week. And then I was supposed to be shooting a documentary on plant medicine ayahuasca for military veterans, PTSD, transitions, all this stuff. We were going to work on this project down there for a week, and then I was going to head over to Medellin. And so then hours before I'm getting on the plane, I get a call saying the whole shoot is canceled. We're not going to the retreat center. We're not doing ayahuasca next week. I'm like, all right. So I flipped my ticket. By the way, at that time, I mean, you can change tickets. They gave me money back. They gave me credits back when I changed my ticket because it was cheaper, which never fucking happened before. Then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go straight to Colombia. Fuck this. So I switched my flight to Colombia, and then I get a text message 5 minutes later saying, oh, by the way, Colombia just closed its borders to all foreigners. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to stay in the U.S. And then I get a call from another buddy. I got another buddy. Yeah, the universe spoke. By the way, that day, like I went and bought a new international phone. I got the Google Fi, all this stuff. I'm like, I'm committed. And then my buddy, 5 minutes after that, my buddy calls me up and goes, hey, come out to Utah. It's a good idea. And he runs it by me. I go, you're right. I don't want to be in San Diego right now. I'm going to Utah. So, and now I've been here for 3 weeks and I'm loving it. Now I'm thinking about moving. I don't know if I'll move here, but I'm really enjoying it.
I mean, right now you're a free spirit, but settling down, this might be good for you to settle down for a couple months because for the foreseeable future, you'll have to stick there.
Yeah. Check this out. Not only that, so I made a list of people who I cared about before I left San Diego. And I said, okay, these are the people I care about. And these are the people I really want to have around me just because we don't know how long this is going to last. And B, these are the people I'd want to protect, if it got really weird. So my ex-wife ends up on the list. And so now she's with me in quarantine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we split up a year ago. Now
you're back together in quarantine.
Yeah, we're in quarantine.
You're going to get back together? That would be so romantic.
Here we go.
It's so romantic. Let me tell you, the universe works in funny ways.
Yeah. Oh, right? we're not getting back together. It was actually, this has been like a really good, this has been a gift. No. This has been like there was a moment. We had a moment the other night where it was obvious. It was one of those things I'm like, oh, there's no way this is going to work out. And then the next morning she goes, yeah, that was good. That was good for us to know. They're like, this is not going to work. We're done.
Is that refreshing?
We're done.
Are you like besties though? Not quite. But at the same time, it is interesting. It's interesting to be around someone who knows me this well.
So most people I hang out with don't know me as well as she does. Like she's finishing my sentences and stuff. Like, fuck, we spent 10 years together.
Well, I've been married for 12 years in October.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been with my wife a long time. So it's interesting having someone's perspective of you that is cemented over time. Really, they don't just meet you and have an idea of you. They know you for, over a decade. The difference between love and infatuation to me is also a decade. Like, it's serious when it's like 10 years in, you're like, okay. So I guess that's why she made it in your panic room.
Yeah. Yeah, she made it in my panic room.
She made it in the panic room. She made it for that decade, earned her way into my panic chamber.
Well, I still love and care for her, It's just
it's hard. How could
not gonna spend every day together anymore. Well, I guess we are now, but
dude, I've been spending a lot of time with my wife. She's a teacher, and now the schools are closed.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
I don't know my final verdict on it yet. I don't want to speak too soon about it. I don't want to say it's great, and
is she in the room or no?
No, she's in the next room. So, I don't know. I did attendance this morning with her. I don't know how I feel about that. I've been cooking a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's a plus.
Everybody's my dog loves it. Right? Who would not be cooking more right now?
I mean, I love to cook. My dog loves it. We're going to the beach, the park. We're playing all day. She's like, everybody's home. She's like, this is fucking great. My dog's loving it. So, and I'm loving it too. I mean, I don't really need to do much. I want to wait till the dust settles and see where I want to be on the other side of this. Because as far as
where you want to be,
where do I want to be on the other side of it? If I'm riding a wave I'm not fucking fighting that wave and trying to rush all out in there. I'm fucking riding the wave. I'm trying to see where I'm going to wind up. So I'm not looking to get all caught up in a chaotic battle. It's not my style. Just chill. If I have the luxury to chill, I'll chill, check out the action, see where the dust settles in a few months.
Yeah.
Decide where I want to put myself, or where I am put. Where does the universe put me? Maybe it'll keep me in a clever way somewhere really cool. I don't know. So I'm always open to those things. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have thought I'd do the things they do anyway. So
no. All right, was it rewind? All right, rewind 10 years ago. So John at 29-year-old John, he sees you right now. What's he fucking say?
Yeah, do you mind, old man? So listen. So I hurt so in 2007, I had a fight. So I started off young. I thought I was a young fighter. Originally, at one point in my life, I was a young fighter. I was that kid fighter.
Yeah.
I had like I had a bunch of these underground fights because MMA was illegal in New York until 2016.
Oh yeah. Well, when did you realize you were an old fighter?
When I came back, I had a 10-year layoff. Hold on, I had a decade layoff. I'm the only guy to have a decade off and come back in Bellator too. I had two fights in Bellator. First one didn't go my way, but I dropped down to 45, and then that one worked out. Thank the gods very well. The one that counted, I won the one that counted, I guess. So that's how it had to happen. So So I hurt my shoulder after that fight. In training for a big fight, I was supposed to fight, I think, Joe Lazone at the time. I hurt my shoulder. That kept me out forever. I hurt this shoulder. I get surgery on it. 4 anchors put in it. The bicep reattached, all that shit. The labral. I totally fucked it up wrestling in that fight. In training for that fight. And then didn't get it worked on. It would come out. Like, remember Lethal Weapon, Mel Gibson? It would come out. I have to put the thing back in. I did once. So I ruined it.
That happened to my buddy Doug Larson. You know who Doug is. Yeah, man. He had his shoulder just completely out. I mean, he ended up having surgery pretty quick because it was one of those things where, like, anytime he did any movement past this, it was like, it's done. Yeah.
So I get the surgery, and a month after I get the surgery, I get in a car accident. Ruins it. The anchors rip out. I'm on the side of the highway in Pennsylvania for like 4.5 hours in the snow. They have to redo it. Now that surgery was like 6.5 hours. Now I'm out for like 2 years. I 1 year was like rehab and a lot of OxyContin. So that was okay, I guess. I don't know. It was all right. Oxy. I'm like, do you feel the pain? I'm like, it's okay.
Dude, I don't think I ever had OxyContin. I had, what'd they give me? A lot of Vicodin, Percocet. I've had a couple surgeries, and it's just like, for me, 2-3 days on those, I'm like, okay, but after that, just get me off of this stuff. I don't like how it makes me feel.
I feel you. I don't like downers. So I'm out for like 2 years. A year I trained with one arm. So I trained after like 2 years, but I wasn't fighting. Then I got involved in CrossFit in like 2010-ish. And that shit was blowing up. I opened the CrossFit gym in 2012. That shit was popping for like 3-4 years. I was killing it.
Well, yeah, you got in during the fucking
best time.
Yeah, that's the best time. That was the best time.
It was crazy because we were doing like local competitions because Sean Pastuch was doing Flex on the Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Doing those. My guys were doing good. I had like a girl on a team that went to regionals. It was like fun. And I had my gym was popping. It was fun at the time, but I had some shit go down that cost me a lot of money. Long story short, that didn't work out. So now we're in about 8 years. That's a whole other story. I mean, to get into 5 years of owning a poppin' gym in New York.
Dude, I mean, what was like the most sketch thing that went down? You look back, and you're like, oh, that was like,
I can't even tell you.
Idea.
I can't even tell you on the podcast. I can't.
Tell what?
I can't tell you on the podcast, bro. Oh, what could I tell?
Yeah, like what? Like Not, yeah, like what's the edge of the scandalous? Because I know, man.
Where can I go without?
Dude, I'm not gonna say any names, but I have some friends that own gyms in New York, and some of the shit that the conversation
You might have heard about me.
Woo!
You might have heard about me. Because some shit went down that involved a lot of shit.
No, I didn't hear about this story. God, I want to hear it now, but you're not gonna share it.
We gotta do it off air. I'll tell you off air, but I can't. I have to let it.
All right, so what do you think these gyms are going to do? They're all shut down right now.
I think there's going to have to be a stimulus package. Hold on, can I finish? Wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go there. I'm almost at the end.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there. Don't let me finish. Come on. So after I closed my gym, I was like, bro, I was heavy, but whatever, because I was mad stressed out at the end, and I was like 207. I was mad thick. I was a thick bitch, and I'm 5'5". I was fat.
So you're running a gym. You're stressed the fuck out. It's a hard fucking job, man.
Bro, in New York, what a stressful fucking beast. And I was scrapping it out, like I wasn't like well funded or anything.
Yeah. No,
I don't even know how I made it that long.
But New York's even tougher. I mean, you got.
Bro, my rent was $12,000 a month on a 3,000 square foot spot.
It's rough.
Yo, put it right there. That's the first nut. 12 grand, 3,000 square feet. When I tell you, I mean, I was on Northern Boulevard. Don't get me wrong, a nice busy street.
That's a lot of space in New York.
That's a lot of space in New York. Yeah. And it was storefront.
Oh,
what the fuck, dude? I was wilding. I was balling out there. It was good. It was fun. So after I closed that shit, I was like, I just want to get back to training a little bit, and I was sucking ass. And then after I trained for a little bit, I was like, I'd love to get a fight in again. Let me just start sparring. And I got my ass kicked, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to suck any more than I suck now. So I can only get better. And then after like a year,
not going to suck any worse than I suck now.
Yeah, it's not going to suck any worse.
One way to say progress, yeah.
Yeah, I got a positive mindset, and
I've got this program that you might benefit from. Yeah. I don't
know. So then somehow I throw it out that I need a fight in Bellator. That I need a fight. I was supposed to fight in a small show, but winds up. Someone dropped out and they needed like a replacement at 155, which is what I always fought at. However, back in the day, 155 was the lightest weight class. I probably back in the day, if it was now, if the sport was now when I was a kid, I would have probably been a 35-pound fighter because I'm short.
Yeah, you're 5'5". You would have cut weight.
I would have been 30.
How much weight do you cut? How much weight do you cut when you do it?
17 pounds in like a day or two.
Yeah, okay.
Like a pro, bro. 12 pounds in a day, like a G. Even as an old fucking man, I cut 12 pounds in a day.
Yeah. I talk to people. I talk to people who they don't know how to cut weight well, and I start talking about that. They're like, "You can cut how much weight?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I do it like a G. Pass out, smack me, wake me up, put me back in close. I'm good to go. Fucking no bitching, no nothing.
Yeah.
So listen. So 55, dude. But I tell you what. This is my first fight back in a decade. I'm in Bellator, Mohegan Sun, 10,000 people. I was like, oh, all right. I feel good. All right, this is good. And I'm fighting this young kid. He's like 25, and he's like a D1 wrestler. And he, so they needed to set this guy up. They were like building him up. He had like 4 fights in Bellator. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. So I come out the first second, throws a kick, breaks my elbow. Loud as fuck, but I don't notice it. But I pick up the timing on his kick. He throws it again. I take him down. This kid's a D1 wrestler. I'll fucking take it. Take him down. Now I'm on top, Mike. And I'm on top, and I'm like elbowing him. Boom. And I'm like, what am I thinking to myself now? Man, Manimal, you are so fucking good. I'm making this shit. Oh my God. 10 years off. You good, bro? So now I'm on top for a minute. I'm looking for some stuff, doing my thing. He's explosive, hard to keep down. Then he wants no part of my ground game after this point. Then I fucking get cut. Now I can't see out my left eye. And I fucking pick up his leg again, body, head. He dropped down. And the fight got away from me. And I lost my composure. And I had a nasty cut. And that was that.
What was when you say you lost your composure? Was there a moment where you go, "Oh,
yeah," when I couldn't
look
see
back on it, you couldn't see.
Once I couldn't see.
Yeah. Well, what did you say to yourself when that happened? What was the shift internally?
I got to finish the fucking fight because they're going to stop it, which they did.
Yeah.
So they're going to stop it.
Yeah.
If I don't win soon.
Yeah.
Because I already.
Yeah, so now you have a sense of urgency.
So in here.
Yeah.
The nasty spot to get the cut.
Just a sec.
Siri picked something up, spying on me. So in there, that's like the fight-ending cut, right? It's like right on the eye. So I'm like, fuck. So I threw this right hand, and it gassed me. So I went a little wild. And you know what's funny? Then I hear my wife, and she's like, "Calm the fuck down." And I was like, "You're right, calm down." And I actually slowed down a little bit, and then like picked a body shot that was nice. And then I baited him again, but it was too late. It was already too much. I already exposed that to more uppercuts. It was just, yeah. So then Bellator was like, listen, and I was small. Bro, he was like 185. I came in the fight at 162. He first missed weight. Then he made.
That's a big gap. That's a big gap.
10 pounds is really a 20, 25 pound gap. So then.
Yeah, I remember I got to do, a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments, they would do the weigh-in the day of.
Yeah.
And there was one I got to go to where it was the day before. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
You know how to cut weight?
I was like, oh, dude, I was a good 10, 15 pounds lighter than anybody I was on the mat with. And it was a huge fucking difference. Like I was tossing people 10 pounds. That's big.
When you talk to every doctor is telling me no. And I'm like, if it didn't help, you wouldn't do it. That's it. If it wasn't a point to do it, no one would do it.
Yeah.
I was like, of course it helps if you're good at doing it. Yeah, it's a detriment if you suck at doing it.
Right.
But if you're good in cutting weight, it's good. So then I'm trying to get a fight in for like 10 months after this one. They were like, if you drop to 45, so I'm supposed to have a fight at 45. Guy pulls out like day before the fight. I make the weight anyway, which actually helped because it gave me the mental toughness. I never made 45 before. I'm a thick bitch. What are you going to do? Before I ever fought, hold on. When I first started training, I was 265 pounds. I was a super fat.
Shit.
I was a super fat pothead.
265, 5'5".
5'5", 265. Out of high school, I just smoked weed in high school and ate a lot. I was a super.
You weren't an athlete. You weren't an athlete in high school.
Failed gym class every year.
Oh shit!
I failed gym class every year, and it's so funny when I think about it. I went to Brooklyn Tech, and they had standards for everything. If you wanted to pass gym class, the last semester you did track, and to pass track you had to do like an 8:30 mile or something. And I was like, "Fuck you! I'm too fat for that. I'll take it in night school." And in night school, you just show up and they pass you. I was like, "I'll just take it in night school in my local Canarsie, no problem." I was like, "I'm not fucking running." I was like, "I'm not running. No one's chasing me. I'm not running. I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not running." That's it. I'm like, there's nothing to run for. I was too heavy to run. I mean, really, I was like such a dwarf.
What has shifted for you? What went from being like a fat pothead to MMA and then owning a CrossFit
gym? She'll appreciate this. So how I got into first, I started to lose weight a little bit before I started to get into MMA. But I remember I used to have a fat ex-girlfriend at the time. And she was fat, I was fat. And I videotaped this once and I watched it and I was like, man, it's like two fucking hogs fucking. I was like, I can't live with this. Like, I gotta get my fucking life right. So I think I looked.
This is the first for me. I've never heard this. I love it. Like this can listen, coaches. This is just if you have a client, they're having trouble getting motivated, tell them to film themselves fucking and watch the film.
And what do you think?
Yeah, what do you
that was you if this came out right now? Let's say a sex tape leaked right now. Is this how you want people to see you?
Yeah. No.
Is this what you want to be remembered? Like, this is your sex tape. I mean,
Yeah, everyone's got one. Everyone's got one sex tape that can be leaked. You want to
and
make
you
sure
want to look.
you want to look good.
You want to look like Kim Kardashian and Ray J? You want to look like fucking One Night in China? What are you looking like here?
So that was it. That was it. You go, oh.
So I lost like 30 pounds. Then I used to have a family hardware store in Brooklyn. So I used to have a kid that worked with me. I don't know if you're a fight fan, a super fight fan.
No, I just can't watch sports.
It happens.
Yeah, it's weird. If I'm watching anything, it is fighting. But
the most exciting sport. I mean, to me, every other sport is trying to mimic a fight.
Well, you know what? I note for me is I lost interest when I stopped betting. Is like I was betting on everything, and then I had a really bad run on one UFC fight card, and I fucking lost a lot. And I'd been playing a lot of poker. I'd been betting on fights. I was betting on other sports, and then I go, you know what? I'm fucking done. And I quit, and I put my attention on, school and business, and which is a much better. At least I feel like I have control over this gambling. And
a little bit more.
Dude, I just stopped watching sports. Not interesting anymore.
Without betting. Well, I guess for me, I only watch fighting, but I am very involved in it. But I can't watch any other sports.
Yeah.
Sometimes hockey live.
No?
Like hockey live.
Hockey live is fun. Hockey
live for some reason is fun. I don't know. It's fast. It could be a fight, which I like fighting, and the fight on the ice is interesting. Yeah. So I could watch that in person, but otherwise I like combat sports. So I lost a little weight. So I used to own a family hardware store, and I had a guy working with me, like 16 years old. I think I was 19 and he was 16. Philip Nover, he was on the Ultimate Fighter show, and he had been training already as a little kid, so he was good. And we get into an argument. He's like, "I'll kick your ass." I was like, "You kick my ass." I'm like 230. I'll squash you, you little fuck. He was like $140, and he was like, "Yeah, we could fight." I was like, "We could fight right now." And he was like, "No, let's come to my gym." He set me up to get my ass kicked. So I go up to the gym, and it's like a fighter's gym, but an old school like kung fu dojo. But the owner, Sifu Mitchell, was like an old school fighter, like an old school before you could do MMA. In the 70s and 80s, he was like an MMA fighter, but they couldn't really do it. So they would do like
the bare fist
with guard. No, he had this one fight with like gardening gloves on. I mean, some of the stuff I put up is rugged. His shit was like just out of control. Like they were fighting full contact, like with throws on a stage, hardwood stage. With throws, so you could throw the guy. Kickboxing with throws, sand chow.
Oh, cool.
He was a black belt in judo. He was throwing guys, boom, ippon throws on hardwood floors, knocking guys out. So whatever, go to this fight gym, and they had hardwood floors too. So first, it was a 2.5 hour class, and I'm fat, all right? Half hour of jump rope, half hour of like burpees, push-ups, all this shit. Then they spar. I'm like, spar, all right. So now I'm going all hard because I was a scrappy guy. And fucking this guy Nardu, he was a pro fighter after too. Side kicks me across the gym. Now I'm getting my ass kicked all night. So then after like 45 minutes of that, they're like, "Now we do jujitsu." I'm like,
"Jujitsu." Oh, now we're gonna practice the technique now that you're exhausted.
So
dude, that shit drove me nuts with jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. It's like you had me do a bunch of like really shitty things to get out of breath, and now you want me to learn something new. I'm like, what the fuck?
We don't want you to muscle it. That's why. So
that's true.
So then we're grappling. They lay out these like floor mats that were like 20 years old, and I wrestled with Felipe. So I take him down, and he gets me in an arm bar, a tap. Now, next thing I know, I catch him in a guillotine choke, swear to God, my first day, and I catch him. He's like, what the fuck? Then he catches me in a triangle choke or whatever. And Sifu's like, where the fuck you learn that? Guillotine choke. I was like, I watch a lot of fighting. I watched a lot of UFCs. I always loved UFC. I was like, oh, I watch a lot of UFCs. He's like, what do you want to do? I was like, I think I want to be a pro fighter. He's like, I was like, oh, this is fun. It's kind of. He's like, yeah, okay. And then like 4 years, I trained like twice a day, 5-6 days a week. I was like, oh, I like this. I was like, this is cool. This is cool. And then I got down to like, and I fought at 55. Although I grappled at like 170, because you don't have to cut that much weight for grappling. Fuck it. Yeah. And but then my last fight.
I mean, it's great for the takedowns. Outside of that, not as important.
Yeah, but I'm good off my back. So
yeah,
who cares? And then my last fight, so I came back. It took me like forever to get a fight again. And then I fought at Madison Square Garden on their Bellator card. My fight.
Dude, what's that like? You walk into Madison Square Garden. I've only been there once. I went there. Well, I don't want to talk about why I was there, but I mean, when I went there, I saw the size of it. It was like, it was incredible.
You know, I told myself, turn it up to 10. And I had a good opponent, great opponent. He brought some showmanship. I mean, I came to the weigh-ins in a leopard print suit because I'm an animal. I turned it up to 10. I felt good. All that training hardened me. Like, so those 10, 12 months of just training without a fight, I was just in the gym training with these kids, just throwing the work in. And it just like, I just felt very comfortable. I do now. Like, I just feel like even better than before. You know?
Yeah, I think
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I lost. I don't even think I lost a step. Fuck that. I feel fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
and I have more time to train. It's great. So
you go out there and you're comfortable. I think a lot of people, they want.
I got comedy. Go. Can I give some comedy? I can't hold it in.
Go.
Comedy. Okay. So I'm the oldest fighter out here, right, on that card. So I don't know if you're familiar with fighting. My coaches are relatively well known. Ray Longo.
I've heard the name. I don't.
Matt Serra, BGS, whatever.
Yeah,
so my coaches are relatively well known.
Yeah.
So we're in line going to check into the service entrance of the garden right before the fight. So the kid before me is this like 24-year-old kid, Arapico, and they're like, what fighter are you? And he's like, Arapico. Guy's like, who's your corner, man? He's like, so I go up next, and he's like, who's your fighter? I was like, I'm the fighter. He's like, no, Pops, really. Who's your fighter? He thought I was the corner man. I was like, I'm a fucking fighter, John Beneduce. So now he's ragging on me, and everyone's busting my balls. My coach is like a ball buster from New York, raised like an old school Italian guy. He's like, oh, fucking man. He's like, he doesn't even know you're a fighter. He's like, look at this. So in the line, my opponent and his corner is right in back of me. They check you in your order that you're going to fight. He goes to my opponent, he's like, if that doesn't fucking give you confidence, nothing does. You know? So I'm like, these fucking guys are busting my balls all fucking day. Dude, I'm like the Rodney Dangerfield of MMA. No respect. They fucking bust my ball all day. I mean, I'm in the dressing room. So I'm in the dressing room, and I like this technique, this kung fu technique, the iron broom. So I practice it. Boom, I'm practicing this technique in the backstage. And we're backstage at the garden, and I'm feeling it, channeling the energy, you know? I'm like, this is why everything happened, why my fucking gym closed, because I would have never met this guy who got me this fight. So I was like, wow, this is like my destiny, right? And I was like, oh. And now I'm practicing this move, and one of the fucking guys is like, this shit ain't never gonna work. The guy, one of my teammates. And this dude is like, he has to cut weight to make heavyweight. The guy who says this. I'm like, you fat motherfucker. So I'm like, I'm fucking warming up before a fight. I only have like 2 fights. I'm like, you fat motherfucker. So my boy's like, he's like, Manimal, breathe. I was like, you're right. I was like, you're right. I'm good. You're like, thank you. I was like, thank you. I'm gonna watch. I was like, I'm gonna do it in the fight. All right. So and he's like, fucking shit. So I'm like, motherfucker. Like, everyone's ragging on me. And then so I've been a follower of the old Viking ways a long time, right? I work with the runes, like the Viking runes for divination, for
All right.
for metaphysical work. So the way some people use, well, that's my system. I love to use the runes. I relate very strongly with the Viking pantheon. So I was like, and I always say I'm the fucking son of Odin, you know? And I identify closely like that. So I was like, I want to come out with Thor's hammer. Now I'm like, fuck it. I'm at the garden. I want to show a little bit. I like to entertain. So we're going to go out, and they're like, so when you fight, I don't know if you know how it works. You get an athletic commissioner assigned to you the whole night.
Okay.
So they're like, hey, Mike, this is John. He's your athletic commissioner. Hey, how's it going? I'm going to watch you pee in a cup. I'm going to follow your every movement all night to make sure you don't do something illegal, right? And then we're going to take your drug tests, and we're going to do everything. He follows you the whole time until after the fight. You go back, the doctor checks you. At that point, he gives you a paper, you sign off, and then he leaves. So, but all night, this guy follows it. So he's back there with me, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I want to bring out the hammer. You know, I was like, I worship the old gods. I was like, I want to bring the fucking hammer out. I want to, you know, call out to Odin. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So he's like, Beneduce wants to come out with a toy hammer. We're ready to walk out to the guard. You know, we're at the curtain now with this shit going on. They're checking you. So while we're doing this, my athletic commissioner is here. And the dude's putting Vaseline on me. In Bellator, they do it backstage. In the UFC, they do it in front of everyone. So we're backstage. They do all this, then you walk out onto the stage. Because in Bellator, you have a ramp, you get to come out. Right?
Yeah.
Which is why I prefer that over the UFC. Personally, I like to show a little bit.
It's more
fight
of a
is
show.
15 minutes max. I want to take up all the time. The most entertaining fighter from the time I start the contract till today. I always shit out of it. So we're backstage. So this guy's arguing with me. They're putting Vaseline on me. I was like, no. I was like, I got. So they're like, what's the call on this hammer? I was like, tell them it's a fucking religious symbol. He's like, Beneduce says it's a religious symbol. So it is like 1,001. Fuck it. Whatever. Yes. So, and I'm from New York. So now I'm at the Garden. That's the pinnacle, right? You're from New York, fight at the Garden is the best. There's nothing bigger. That's all you want to do when you're a kid. And you never could have did it. I never could have did it if I would have fought back in the day, because I would have been way retired. All my boys that I came up with, my first crew, all retired in like 2010, 2011. You had 20 fights. And then this is it. Yeah. How many fights you going to have, right? So it was still illegal.
That's right.
So I never got to fight in New York at the Garden if I didn't take that 10-year layoff. I had to take that 10-year layoff. And so
it's always perfect. Always perfect.
Perfect. And I had great fan support because I had a fight fall through, and I had people like invested in it. I sold a good amount of tickets. My home crowd, you know. If you watch it, I mean, I had the biggest pop at the Garden that night. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
I tried to pull it up this morning, and the Bellator site would not play it for whatever reason.
I'll send it to you if you want. Very grappling heavy. I mean, I love jiu-jitsu. I got to do everything I trained my whole life to do against a very tough opponent who's very dangerous. Thank the gods it worked out that way. Oh, so I come out, boom. Now they're like, fine, it's a religious symbol. So my music plays. I wait, tell myself, be patient. You fucked up the last time. Patient. I was like, all right, boom. So I was like, all right, wait. The part of the song I like comes on. I come out, fucking show to the crowd, and I had fans. In my head, I heard them anyway. I mean, the place could have been empty. I would have heard the fans. You know, I have good visualization skills. And then I had the hammer, and I get to the cage, and I just called out to Odin. I screamed out, fuck, and then channeled the energy of the gods. Went in the cage, did a little prayer, told myself, everything you got, whatever it takes. Goldilocks. I've been big on just Goldilocks in it, just right. In my training for the last fight, I have been doing things a little different, but they were just right, just the right amount. That's like just right. And fuck, the kid was dangerous, but I wound up everything went the right way. And at one point in the fight, the crowd was cheering loud. And on the show that I do, I have a show I'm the co-host with. I don't know if you know Steve Maraboli. He's like the most quoted man in the universe.
No.
You know his quotes.
It's probably.
You just don't know you know them. He has that quote like the lion and tiger might be more powerful, but the wolf doesn't perform in the circus or some shit like that. You know, he has all these like inspirational quotes, but whatever. So bitches love him. Oh my God. Dude, if a woman is like 40 years old, or that's it, they're like, I love that guy. So you know Steve Maraboli, and every guy is like, who the fuck is that? They're like,
why is this? Why is that?
It's a lot of his self-help stuff is like that, but his demographic just happens to be that. Even though he was a veteran and does a lot of work with veterans.
Yeah.
It just so happens that the stuff he writes really appeals to that demographic. And why fuck with it? It's a great demographic.
Yeah. The more personal development stuff I've gotten into, the more women are attracted into my stuff. Like when I was Barbell Shrugged, it was 80% men at least. Now it's like a 50-50. 50-50.
And you have a dude heavy market, and it's still 50-50. Imagine if you actually went for the female market. Like it would be 80-20.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying, like you could see how
that makes me nervous.
Because and even I don't know, you had a CrossFit gym. I always found my ladies more coachable on average.
Way more coachable. Well,
more flexible too, which always helped for Olympic.
Always help. I noticed that women are more coachable, even whether it's fitness or business. Women are more coachable, less ego, more collaboration, less competitive. I think guys are more naturally competitive, so they don't want to take advice from another guy. They don't want to like come to me and be like, "Hey, bro, can you teach me business?" It's like, or teach me how to fitness. It's like, yeah, you probably, you think you know what you're doing already. And you got a little bit of that competitive nature. So I think that's some of it. But here's one thing I noticed is my cheap programs, any program that's a lower cost, I won't say cheap. It's any of my programs that are lower cost, more men. The more expensive any of my programs have become, more women. Women spend more money on
fitness,
personal development.
Personal development.
Yeah. Anything that's like, oh, I want to improve myself. For some reason, women are just, they're more committed.
A guy is like, I'll just go work more.
Yeah, there's a different mentality there.
There's a different guy, dude's like, I'm going to go work more. That took me a long time to fucking take coaching the right way.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the most out of every coaching experience. So there's a point in the fight where the crowd's cheering. And afterwards, I'm on my podcast and we're talking about the fight. And Steve's like, how did it feel when the crowd was cheering for you? I was like, I didn't really know that was real until I watched it afterwards because I just thought that was in my head. I'm like, yeah, hyping myself up. I'm like, nah, no. I'm like, you got this, bro. I'm like, you got this. I was like, I know you're a little tired, but this dude's kind of thick too, and he's tired too. So,
yeah.
I was like, I thought I was cheering for myself out there. I was like, but it was nice to know that it actually was real too. The reality was nice. It was nice. So fuck, everything went good. So I wanted to fight again this year, but I will. When I fight this year, hold on, even though I don't have a ton of fights, when I fight this year, or anytime, I'll have fought in 3 different decades. I think that's cool. I don't know. I like it.
That might be that's probably
not. No, it's not a record because there's dudes that have done 4 decades. Yeah.
You look at like how many decades did Boss Rutan fight? Dude?
No, there's guys that fought 4 decades, like a Frank Mir. Because if he had his first fight in '99, because you got some of those guys that still had a '99 fight.
Yeah.
So now if he fights, it'll be 4 decades. So you got some OG legends, but I like it for me. You met
Frank Mir?
Once after his fight with Pete Williams when he pulled off that mirror lock.
Yeah.
And holy shit. So I go to the fucking gym in Vegas. So we go to, I forget the owner's name, like Roberto something. We go to his gym and Frank Mir was like right after that fight. And I swear to God, that dude's working out in like short shorts. He was jacked as fuck. Had just won that fight. He was like showing that technique to everyone. And really, he was saying that arm lock he did is the setup to do a triangle, is what he normally does. But he bit so deep on that submission that it just worked. Instead of it being set up in the heat of battle, when you apply incredible force that you never would in training, that setup just becomes a submission. My friend just broke a dude's arm and like broke the internet with that submission. He catches him, and the guy goes to stand up and just gruesomely, if you go down my page a little bit, I don't know if you like that gruesome shit, gruesomely broke this dude's arm with this technique.
I don't like it or dislike it, but yeah,
I like it.
Doesn't do anything for me.
I'm not going to say it turns me on, but I do appreciate it. Just the physicality of it, like it don't matter what you want to do, your body said no.
No.
Said no. So the fuck was I saying?
Frank Mir, you saw
Frank Mir. So we go to that school, and I think I was a blue belt at the time, and I go there with this guy, Hardcore Justin, and he was going out with this girl at the time from there, and my boy is like 5'3", and this girl he's dating out there is like 6'1", and she does jujitsu at this place that Frank Mir does jujitsu at. So we go down there to train. So hold on, I got two stories out of this. First, I roll with this girl, and I'm letting her work. She's a white belt. I'm a blue belt. Even I was a good blue belt. I always did well. I did my best to do my best out there. So I let her work, and she got mad at me. She's like, "Don't be a dick. Like fucking go hard. Like go. Like fucking go hard." I was like working with you. This, all right. Then I catch her in the neck crank, and of course I hurt her. And then she starts pitching. And I was like, "You fucking say go hard, and then you get mad at me. You say I go like I wanted to go, and you get mad." I was like, "What the fuck?" So I roll. Now it gets worse. It gets worse. I roll with one of the purple belts now, and this fucking dude's huge. I mean, like almost 300 pounds. Huge dude. Gets mount on me, catches me in the arm bar, taps me out. All right, we roll again. All right, they're like trying to fuck me up now. Mike, what happens? I break the guy's foot.
Oh.
I catch him in a foot lock.
Oh
roll.
My God. Oh my God.
No, now I'm like, Justin, let's get the fuck out of here.
You're a dick. You're a dick.
It was an accident. Just roll with the foot lock. I heard, and he was like, "Oh, she's like, no, it's okay." I was like, "No." He's like, "Let's roll again." I was like, "No, it's not." I was like, "Justin, let's go." Thank you guys. I appreciate the hospitality. I'm gonna take my shit and go. They're like, "I think we're done here." I was like, "This cannot get any worse." I was like, "We're done."
You don't want to be that guy that comes in from out of town.
Young Manimal, what would Young Manimal have said?
Fuck.
Young Manimal would have been like, "I can't believe how put together this Manimal is." You look at me like a crazy motherfucker. Young Manimal would have been like, "Wow, you're such a sophisticated gentleman, old Manimal." And everyone else is like, "You're such a savage." I was like, "You don't know Young Manimal. That dude, you couldn't keep him straight for 2 seconds. I needed to be old to fight. Maybe I aged slow. I hope so." On myself, I'm like, holy shit, I was too wild. You know, I was like, and I did all kind of, I was like almost too ahead of the curve on a lot of shit, actually. Although that's just me stroking my own ego right now, so who gives a fuck?
Dude, all right. What are these gyms gonna do?
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking.
What's gonna happen?
So they're gonna get some type of stimulus. Like even me, I mean, I have no income. I mostly like to coach in person, personally. And I have a couple clients online. And of course, I could do more of that. I have no desire to do that right now. Like I said, I'd rather see where the dust settles and then see where do I want to put my energy. I could put my energy right now into a place that develops into nothing. And I have the luxury of not needing to rush. You know, like if I had to do something, of course I would have to do something.
Yeah.
I don't have to do shit. I'm right where I need to be right now.
Yeah.
I have everything I need right around. I have, you know.
Perfect.
I'm at the best spot I'm at right now. I'm talking to you. It's the best spot I've been at. Today, at least. Maybe.
We'll see how the rest
I was astral traveling before. So the gyms. So they're going to get some type of stimulus. I mean, even me, I tried to put it, let's see what actually happens. Like I tried to put in for, they're giving like independent contractors some type of grant. Possibly. So I apply for that shit. Let's see if you get 10G, that'll hold you over a little bit. And then
I applied for that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for bigger businesses, they're going to have to look to get some type of government compensation, I guess. What are they going to do? Small interest loan? That sucks, though, because they're going to lose a lot of their membership, too. Like right now, as much as everyone's putting their membership on hold if you own a gym.
Yeah, man. You know what? Like,
even if you do an online stuff for them.
Well, I witnessed it go a few different ways. So the gyms, this is what I've been saying for a long time, is if you want to be competitive in the future, then you have to sell coaching, because gym memberships just aren't going to cut it in the future. You got to sell coaching. And the issue that I saw in the market already was a lot of CrossFit gym owners, they're just selling, they think they're selling they're calling coaching workouts and cheerleading. And it's not coaching. I mean, you could say that's like level one. It's like level one coaching, but you're not really selling that. When someone walks in the door and you say, you're selling, the language in the agreement is gym membership, when you're having the conversations about that, it's not about the coaching all the time. Some gyms do that well, but what I imagine is, and what I've witnessed is, the people who were selling coaching and they were using the gym as an avenue for helping people reach their goals. I've had clients keep every single one of their members, move them online, charge exactly the same. And not only that, they picked up members because they're able to do the online thing so well, because what they're offering online is even a cut above what they were doing in the gym. They actually had to offer something new. Now, the gyms are going to suffer, or the ones that are going to be like, well, I'm just going to move my gym online, which is workouts and cheerleading. And so if that's all you're doing, of course you're going to have a problem. People are going to want to freeze their memberships. And my thing is, I encourage people is, as a gym owner, send out an email, say, hey, we be honest, like we live month to month on your membership dues. And if you stop paying them, if you lost your income, I get it. Let's freeze your membership. But if you're still getting paid the same, if you could, basically chip in for community at this point, because that's what you're paying for.
You're going to be there when it all gets back to
we won't be here. We won't be here when it all
then it'll be all online. Then you won't even be able to fucking go to a gym. So it's better to do this. Because I do like the gym vibe. I do like I like the vibe of being in the gym.
Yeah. I think most.
I have, like I said, I have a few online clients, and it's all right, but it don't make my dick hard.
Yeah, I'm the other way around.
You like the online more.
I
have it. I do it. I do it, and I have and it's the same price online as in person. But you're right.
Yeah, I train.
It's nice. I'm getting the same, and I just go in my home studio here and do a private instead of having to spend an hour and a half in traffic. So there is a lot of benefit to it, even for myself.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
When I train for me, I want to be completely by myself 9 out of 10 times. I say 10% of the time I want to train with other people in the room, but other than that, I want to have. You know what? The best is to smoke a little, put on some really good house music, and get after it. That's
don't work out with music.
Huh?
I don't use music when
you don't use music. You're one of those.
Why would you? So I like to mimic depending what I'm doing in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The gods put me in a place that somehow I'm fighting successfully again. So I'm not going to second guess that. And I feel like doing that more.
Yeah.
So there's no music in the fight. Don't get used to your stimulus. I'm never going to get there.
Yeah.
When your song comes on, that fucking hypes you up.
Yep.
Okay. It's a mistake. Huh?
Is that a mistake?
Where's it going to be? You're going to hear it in your own head. That's going to take some effort from what you're doing right there.
Yeah.
And what about when that song ends? Now I'm right. You want that to hype you up, like and you can even be. Let's say you're good at making a playlist, good at putting something to get you right where you need to be.
Yeah, I'm with it.
But I'm never going to have that in what I want to be good at. Jiu-jitsu, MMA. I used to do a little strongman. That was fun. I could beef up and be a short, fat strongman later on too. As a master
strongman's fun.
It's fun. It's fun. I love doing that stuff. I did good when I used to do it when I had the CrossFit gym. Because I was like, fuck it, if I put on extra weight from being stressed, I may as well lift heavy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
You do you do psychedelics?
oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
What I
I was gonna
prefer,
say is I like doing that in silence a lot of times. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I want to listen to music." It's like same thing about the training is if you can handle that in silence, then you can pretty much handle anything after that.
I like mushrooms myself,
Yeah.
personally. That's my favorite of the psychedelics. I've never done DMT though. I did a lot of acid as a kid. It was plentifully available. I'm 39, so
Yeah.
in the 90s, that shit was $5 a tab and great.
Yeah. Yeah.
We used to trip balls all the time. I didn't appreciate the drug though back then.
Yeah. When I talk to people who did it in high school, their experience of it is completely different. There's something that happens with age and the intention you bring to the situation.
But when I look back on it,
Yeah.
there was some fucking magical transformative shit that happened in my teenage
You probably
years.
didn't even notice.
Well, I think about it now.
You think about it now. You notice it now, but you didn't notice it then.
No,
Yeah.
but I was just having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Tripping balls for 14 hours on 2 hits of fucking, what the hell did we used to get? Mad Hatters? They
Mad
called
Hatters.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that was a strain they used to call it. And then
Yeah,
we did some mushrooms back then.
There's all different
The
kinds.
peyote once. I
Yeah.
had bought a cactus.
Did you? You actually got the cactus and then processed it.
I got a cactus delivered in the late 90s. And I grew that shit to full abundance. A San Pedro cactus. And
I've got one of those growing right now.
dude,
They're legal. Like anyone can have a cactus. It's no big deal. And then, but you're not supposed to eat it. I don't think they want you eating it. You should eat it.
we tripped fucking balls for like 3 days. Eating
Off the
that
San
thing all.
Pedro. Yeah.
Dude, we went camping.
That's the easiest one in my opinion. You eat
What?
the San Pedro.
Yeah. We were tripping good though.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were smooth sailing through dimensions, bringing shit back with us. Where did the fucking shit come from?
Yeah. Seeing the aliens. Of course.
You know, I do work with astral projection, but sober. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I am.
Okay. And I see similar entities in my regular travels.
Yeah.
The guys say they see on DMT. So then I always wonder, what would I see? And whatever.
I
Yeah,
like,
so those
I like
entities
5-MeO better. 5-MeO, you don't see anything.
Is that the toad thing?
Yeah, it's the toad. It's
I've never done that either.
very physical. That's
physical.
my favorite.
Oh, really? Very physical? How so?
Like it's a full body experience. Have you done ayahuasca? See, the same way, like mushrooms feel like their body until you do ayahuasca, and then you go, oh, that's body. And so the same thing with 5-MeO is it's a very you lose, you don't go, it's like you don't go inward, it's like your entire body explodes out and it feels good.
You become expansive, like universally.
Yeah, you expand and become the universe.
Yeah, you encompass the universe in your
Yeah,
expansion.
but it's not known for producing visuals or anything like that. It's just a very powerful knowing experience.
Mike, what do you think about this? Now, in our journeys, in the other dimensions, you see what you call aliens. Now you're seeing their spiritual form. Where's their physical form? They're seeing our spiritual form, right? Our form outside of our body. Your body's not there with them. Where's their physical form at? Or do they need a physical form? I always wonder. I never asked.
I don't think. I think they just exist in that dimension. It's not like they're in a different place. They're coexisting with us at all times. There's all these energies that we can't perceive.
How do you know they don't have a physical representation also?
I don't.
I'm curious. I'm very curious about that.
Yeah.
I always forget. Whenever I'm in the other world, you know what the problem is? There's so much information I'm trying to process in my journeys.
Yeah.
That it's hard to remember to try to ask a question of an entity that's communicating in a totally different language than the language I'm used to communicating with you with. So then I'm like, I want to ask.
More practice. More practice.
I'm working on it. Working practice. Listen, I'm only
stabilize the channel, and then
if I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, in the spirit, might only be a blue belt. It's a lot of work out there, you know?
I'm definitely not a black belt. I feel like
Now, if you're a black belt in the spirit, you should be able to hypothetically do some really nifty shit. So, I mean, manifestation-wise,
you're good. You're good on the manifestation side. If you say it, does it happen?
No, the gods let it happen.
The
universe lets it happen. Yeah, because I only try to do what the universe tells me to do. I try to take a step back. Fuck am I supposed to do here? How am I going to make the best of the worst and the most of the least? And then hopefully I get some insight what I'm supposed to do. It usually falls in line the right way. Although I don't realize it when it happens, so I kind of have to just.
Yeah,
it's always like, this is what I would like to happen.
Easier to see in hindsight. Well, you know what? I catch myself saying things and I go, wow, I don't know why that's coming out of my mouth. And it's like, I was asking for something a few months ago. I was like, it'd be really nice to have this in business and it's like get a contract with a specific entity, organization. Like, oh, it'd be nice to get a contract with that organization. I said it like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, why am I saying that? Like, I don't know why. Like, why it's a very out of left field type of thing. And then last week I get a phone call. I was like, do you want to work with so-and-so organization? I go, huh.
All right. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Thinking about it a little bit, actually. Now that you mentioned it.
I got to be careful about what I say because once the words are out of my mouth, it's happening. The ball is rolling somewhere in the universe.
Do you know about the god I follow most closely?
It's about Odin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Odin, not personally. I mean, we've had a couple of encounters
in the other dimensions.
Wild.
In the other dimensions, I always like to take Odin's lead. Yeah, I mean, he could take you some places that's the deep experiences I have, deep Odinic experiences. So whatever, that's a whole other story. Hold on. I gotta calm down. Okay. It gets intense out there, bro. Odin takes me some crazy fucking places. Sober.
Yeah.
I mean, stone cold sober. I fucking went once and fasted 5 days and 3 days no water in the woods, right?
Ooh.
No drugs, no nothing. Smooth, silk, right? And I don't remember shit, but I had a journal. I have a journal, and I'm reading this fucking journal. Like 6 months later, I come back home. I'm like, I don't remember shit. I'm reading this journal. I was like, what the fuck was I doing out there? Odin took me some places. I don't know, out of control. I can't even, but I wrote it down. I'm like, I don't remember shit. So after the third day, done. Don't remember 2 days. I'm like, done. In the fucking woods. Doing that like Carlos Castaneda type shit, seeing spirits out there, wrestling with demons. They're fucking out there, out of control. Like, I don't remember shit. So Odin's taking me some crazy places, so that's why I got a little amped. Sorry. I don't know how your audience. Your audience is pretty wild.
You know what? One of the reasons I want to do this interview is because I had a feeling, the intuition, and people are missing the Bledsoe show, just the wild conversations. And like, fuck, when are you gonna bring that back? Because truth be told, I've been hyper focused on building out the strong coach, and I go, all right, I'm gonna put all my attention there, but there's this other place. There's these other conversations I want to have, and this is one of them.
Thank the gods. I'm very thankful to hear that. Yeah, that's great. I like to be on the odd side. The show I podcast on, MMA and Beyond, I'm the Beyond. But then I tell them I'm the only fucking pro fighter on this show. The rest of you is an author, Ray's a coach. The best coach in the world, so you got to give him that.
Yeah.
The best. When you train 2 world champions from scratch, no poaching, that's a resume.
Yeah.
The UFC world champions from scratch, just from homegrown talent. My fucking staff will spell on me.
You're what? What's over there?
What have I been doing?
Yeah.
So look, I have a staff of runes. Can you see this?
Yeah.
So I wood burned and etched my rune staff while I've been home. So then I'll have to do some work with that.
Are you familiar with the musicians Wardruna?
Yeah. They're like metalish Viking style.
Like this Nordic, yeah.
And they have like crazy performances and Halung.
Yeah, they use they use old instruments. They use ancient instruments. And so they use
You gotta go to a concert.
Yeah, they use these ancient instruments, and then they mix in obviously like some electronic components, and I don't know what they're doing, but 5 grams of mushrooms and a couple of those.
Well, that's why I like mushrooms too, because Odin's really closely associated with mushrooms.
Yeah, that's where I met him first.
Yeah.
5 grams of mushrooms and a Wardruna album.
Yeah. Oh man.
I took a shaman with me on that. He was a different type of shaman, and we went on mushrooms together. I took him on mushrooms, and he was tapping out halfway through. He was like, "Too intense."
Oh, the All Father can take you everywhere. I mean, and my best friend, not my best friend, but one of my best friends, the week of my fight at the Garden, killed himself.
Oh shit.
And I wind up in the other dimension that night trying to get to him. And I have a crazy experience there with us in the liquid plane. It's hard to explain, So I'm trying to get to him, but he's like moving away, so I can't get to him. I'm like, fuck, I can't sleep. I'm like a week out from my fight. Now the day I make weight cut day is his wake out deep in the island. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go. So I go, and then I don't want to leave because that dude helped me get my first fight in Bellator, because I had trained with this guy for like 20 years, James Gabbard, and I trained with him for like 20 years, and he had helped me for the other fight. I trained with this guy forever. And when I first came back, I was like, bro, let me spar one of your guys. Take an eye on me. I know I'm fucking old. I was 37. I was like, I know, let me spar with these kids and see how it goes. So I spar with his kid, and his kid fucking breaks my nose. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I tell the kid, I was like, remember today, because in 6 months I'll be whooping your fucking ass. And I didn't whoop his ass in 6 months, but I gave him, it was even. Boom, even Stevens. Even Stevens, if not on the ground, far superior I am, no doubt. On stand-up, he's a Muay Thai kickboxing champion. And I felt even enough. So whatever, but Gabbard kept his eye on me and made sure that he watched and made sure I didn't get my ass kicked too bad. You know what I mean? So he really helped me out that first fight to be able to train. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He trained me to be able to
yeah.
He had the right eye on me because he knew me for so long.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to learn.
He knew me for so long from back in the day too, and we fought on the cards together and shit. So he knew how to handle me the right way. And he died the week before. Now that night, I'm at the fucking wake, and my wife's like, John, you gotta go. It's fucking 10 o'clock. You're fighting tomorrow. Like, you gotta fucking go to sleep. I'm like, I know. I'm like, fuck, all right, fuck. So we go, then I get home at like 11, I go to sleep, I'm up at like 6 in the morning, I jump in the ocean the morning of the fight, because I was nervous as fuck, and that water calmed me down, draw my power from the earth, and, oh fuck, you know what's rough about fight camp? Sobriety. They drug test you, and New York is strict. I don't know. I know you don't watch fighting a lot.
No weed?
No, nothing. You can't take a fucking aspirin a day of the fight. Can't take shit. And no weed, forget it. 6 weeks at least.
Yeah.
I do 2 months just to do it. Just be sure why fucking pop for weed. It's the stupidest thing to pop for.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
My boy is just got the first legal exemption for medical cannabis for a fighter. It's nice. It's like stupid. But you know what? I am meaner when I don't smoke. So there is something to be said about I'm a dick when I don't smoke.
Oh, yeah.
So it's good.
I check in every year. So, well, here's the thing is I do ayahuasca frequent enough where I take the month off before and after. So I end up being sober half the year anyway because of that. But even if there's been years where I didn't do that, I still come off for a month or two to check in. Just to check in.
Do you do any spiritual work without psychedelics?
Oh yeah, every day, every morning. I roll out of bed, breath work, meditation, mantras, the whole thing. Yeah, I
the process.
Yeah, I can't like doing psychedelics and plant medicine and all that without doing the other work. You're doing drugs then. You're just having fun.
You go as hard too.
And you're right. You can't go as deep. You won't last as long.
You won't last as long.
It's a much more satisfying experience if you're doing the work. I don't see doing any other way. And here's the thing is I've got no judgment either way. Like if you just want to, eat mushrooms and go on a hike, good for you. But
it is nice. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So my wife is up. Hold on. Oh wait, I can't tell this story.
Yeah.
I can't get my wife in trouble. She's a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
It's nothing. She didn't do anything. My wife is an angel, a saint.
Yeah. Watching over you, making sure keeping you out of trouble.
Well, you know how the Earth and the Moon balance each other out. My wife is very opposite to me. She has a steady gig. She's a teacher, which is nice now. Yo, fucking Newsday interviews me after my fight at the Garden. And I was like, I fight for the pure love of the game. I don't really need to fight. I make good money coaching. My wife has a good job, so I do it for the pure love of the game. I'm older. I know that I love to fight. I do this. I'm in there just doing it. Pure love right here. What's the quote? He said, "You don't need to fight. His wife makes good money." I was like, "You make me look like I got a fucking sugar mama. My wife's a teacher here." I was like, "Dude, Mark, what the fuck, bro?"
Dude, I've been interviewed a couple times.
I was like, "Come on, Mark, throw me." I mean, it was a good article, but I was like, "Throw me up." That's the quote. We talked for 15 minutes. Don't put You're killing me here.
Dude, that shit makes me nervous. Anytime anyone's doing a written article, they're like, "We want to interview you." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "Can I see it before it goes?"
I was like, "Mark, why I was like, you make me seem like I got a sugar mama." I was like, I would like a sugar mama. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no to that. I'm just saying I don't have
that. You could create that. Just say, "Hey."
You know what the problem is? I did before, and it's sometimes when the universe wants to fuck you over, they give you exactly what you asked for. How do you like this? Here's what you asked for, motherfucker. Tried to stop you.
That's true.
Tried to stop you.
I've definitely asked for things, and they were delivered, and it's like, that's not how I wanted it.
Here's what you asked me for. I was like, "You're right. This is what I asked you for." I was like, "You know what? I fucked that up." Whoops. My bad.
Oh man, we're gonna have to roll.
Didn't go as planned here. Huh?
We have to roll. I'm off to
I'm sorry. I can picture all day.
This has been fun. I'm glad we connected.
It was a lot of fun. Do you ever want to do a part two?
This is the first time we've talked. I peeped your Instagram. I was going, and I was loving what you're putting out.
Thank you.
Go check out John's
at Manimal John on Twitter and Instagram. Although my Twitter game is weak, my Instagram game is okay.
It's okay. Yeah,
maybe if I had a fat ass, I'd get some more followers. But I don't know if anyone wants to see my hairy ass. So I'll stick to.
It might help. I don't know. Give it a shot.
I got some really short shorts, and my wife was like, I was like, "Baby, don't limit me. Don't hold me down. I gotta do this. She's like, "I don't really like the leopard print suit." I was like, "That's good, because you're the reverse indicator for showmanship."
That's right.
Not showman. She's not a showman. She's an educator,
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, good. You're not into it?" How not into it? All right, that's just the right amount. She's like, I mean, I get it. You're the man. I was like, that's perfect. Perfect. Oh, wait, hold on. But let me leave you with this.
Cool.
This is what you know about my wife, too. So after 10 years, I hadn't fought. I got to tell my wife, that's 50% of your team. I'm like, listen, baby, you're 50% of my team. She was like, who's the other 50%? I was like, well, it's other people in my life. It's like, you're 50% of my team. I was like, I'm the other half, really. Like, but, I was like, you're 50% of my team, so I need your support if I'm going to do this. She's thinking, she's like, well, we got good health coverage. Fuck it. Whatever. About that. All right, Mike. Hopefully you get to leave. Hopefully we get to travel the world again, and we can meet in the physical dimension.
Yes, or
not in the digital dimension.
When you get that next fight, let me know.
We'll see what the gods want.
Yeah.
But I think that the next fight is going to top the Garden, if it can be believed, in both scope and my own performance.
Nice. And we'll be done. All right, man. I'll chat with you later. Thank you.
Good talking to you. That was really good. Thanks.